After several days of windy, colder weather, we finally got a nice spring sunny day to work on the bicycle garage. So Tomas had removed all the boards off the back wall of his tool shed to use as flooring on the bicycle garage. So I was removing some of the nails from the boards. We spent most of the day removing nails and removing boards and then nailing boards in and putting boards in place. So it was kind of a nice little full circle adventure. All of this in service of reusing, recycling, and reducing new consumption. So Tomas spent a lot of time measuring and cutting the boards to length to offset them properly and to work around the pillars and posts at the corners and things like that. And I spent a lot of my time hammering the nails in. And it seems at first like really simple, like you just grab the nail and hammer it into place. But actually, there were some little tips and tricks that he was able to teach me along the way. For example, things needed to make sure to be level, obviously, for a floor. And some of the nails needed to be hammered in at an angle in order to get them to line up properly. He also showed me some techniques of like torquing the boards into place. Some of them, because they were recycled wood, were warped or not completely flat or something like that. And so we used some techniques to get the floor as level as possible, which really worked out cool. I learned a lot of things from that. So that was kind of neat. So we also attached boards to the sides of the floors where the joists were, because eventually there'll be ramps that go in and out of the sides where the doors will be eventually as well. So we started working on that and then continued working on installing the floorboards into place. By this time, I was getting a little bit better at hammering the nails in. I think that I tried to see like how few strikes I could make and have the nail all the way embedded in the wood. And sometimes, I completely missed the joist, but we got as far as this before it was time for both of us to take a break and eat some lunch. When we came back, we finished the last little quarter or fifth of the flooring all the way up against the side of the tiny house. This is the back of the house that we're building the garage onto. And here comes the last full-sized board. And then we had to cut some really skinny boards, which he ripped on one of the saws to finish. Then we also had two little sections of the back wall and of the roof that we hadn't cut any metal yet for. So Tomas took some measurements for the last few pieces and cut the siding to size so that we could finish the roof and the back wall of the bicycle garage. And then once everything was cut, we slid the last roofing panel in place and kind of made sure it was tucked up underneath the eave properly. And then finally, we cut a final panel for the back wall. So with a complete floor and a complete roof, we've attached the final panel to the back wall as well. And then it was time for the kind of finishing touch of the day, which in my original drawing, I had drawn the star that was originally on the back of the house, on the back of the bicycle garage. So at the very end of finishing the floor, the back wall, and the roof, hanging this little star on the back really felt like a day well spent and a big task accomplished. It was amazing to get this far in one day. So in order for me to be able to use the garage, because it's lifted off the ground, the floor is, Tomas put in some temporary ramps on either side of the garage so I could roll the very heavy bicycle with the trailer attached straight up these little ramps and into the garage. So here's our testing of the first ramp that we put in place. And then Tomas secured the ramp on the other side. And again, these are temporary. They'll be replaced once we get the doors and the sidewalls onto the garage. But it was really exciting to know that I could begin using the garage tonight, which is great. I don't know if we're going to get any more rain, but it felt good. So here is testing the second exit ramp here. And it was really fun.
Woohoo! Oh, I'm gonna have to work on my steering.
Fun fact, the green of the house was a paint color that Tomas matched to the pine trees that are nearby. So the house is perfectly matched. The bike is green, the garage is green, the trees are green, the grass is green. What a celebratory day. It's working out really great. It's super easy to get the bike up and down out of the garage. And now our last and final step will be to put the final walls and the doors in place. But otherwise, she is done. And at this point, she's fully functional to use during the summer season. I'm so excited.